I look cute.
You look cute, baby.
Thank
Headphones. All right.
you. Okay.
Well,
God didn't give me,
Huh?
He didn't give me the height that I think I deserved.
God didn't give you the height you think you deserve. If he'd have gave you more height, then what was that gonna be?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't tell me nothing.
All right. Welcome to the Better Marriage Daily Podcast, where we show you how to love each other in spite of each other. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
Yes, indeed. And we're here to talk about some stuff, man. When God gave me that loving each other in spite of each other, we were in a different place.
We were. Yeah.
And so that's kind of
we
where
were really on the struggle bus.
we was on the struggle bus.
Yes, we were.
We were on. I don't even know if we was like the bad kids in the back of the struggle bus. We wasn't even in the front. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even like the good students in the front or the quiet ones in the middle. You know what I'm saying? We was the ones in the back. we was problem sharing.
We were.
We was problem sharing. But you know what I'm saying? We was in it.
But I think a lot of people are.
That's why we doing the podcast.
Exactly. A lot of people are.
And that's why I believe God gave me that title, loving each other in spite of each other. And so that's gonna be a great book. It's gonna be a great book. We're writing it now. So don't write it and think you're gonna get away with our title. When God gave me that title, man, it was like I was like, that's a good title. That's a really good title.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right, sweet. So that was the thing, because we all got friends who have questionable character, and guys. I know I've had some friends who just love to fight.
Yeah, had.
You had.
Had is the key word.
Yeah, because I can't hang with them.
No,
because I don't need to be fighting. Every time we go somewhere to have a good time.
Right.
But you still love them.
Exactly.
They who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And we love them in spite of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in a marriage, that's the biggest thing right there.
Right.
Because you have made a decision to be in relationship with someone, and you're there with them. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You with them. Period.
Right.
Like bottom line. Period. Point blank. Period. Can I say period one more time?
T.
Period. Oh, with a T.
With the T.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got a topic for us. Okay. This is the biggest thing. This was one of the biggest things for me. And I think I told you, but I don't think you understood it.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Marriage is the one relationship. And I wrote it down, so I want to make sure I read it. It's the one relationship that people should be able to talk about anything. But it's the one relationship that a lot of people don't talk about anything.
True.
Selah.
It's true.
Chew on that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So what you think about that? Give me
It's
some thoughts
true.
on that. Give me some thoughts on that.
It's true. I was one of those people.
That part. Welcome to
I was one of those
Thunderdome.
people. Yeah. I always had conversations in my head, but actually talking about things, no.
Yeah.
No. And it wasn't that I wasn't a confrontational person or a person that couldn't get my point across.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I learned God, I hate to say this, but my job had a lot to do with that, because I was in a confrontational atmosphere all the time.
Come on.
I was 8 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day, and coming home and actually, talking about hard things. I didn't have the fight in me sometimes.
Yeah. You didn't have the oomph to?
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. I was mentally exhausted. So coming home, and then, us having to have serious conversations was just like, oh, Jesus. It was so tiring.
And again, it doesn't have to be like a serious conversation.
No.
It's like the stuff that you should be able to talk about with your spouse is anything.
Mm-hmm.
And because you know, I get this one who, like we said before, who's got trust issues. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
number two, she had this thing, and it's big in her circle, in her family circle, about my business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody need to know my business.
My business unless I
Say
I tell
say
them.
my business.
My business.
Yeah, my business. Don't let me know my business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I'm like, but it's our business. It's not yours.
But it's
what's
still a
yours is
part of me,
mine.
though.
Look, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is yours.
Nope.
Because when your business affect my life, it becomes my business. So it's best that I know about that crap before,
True.
before it affects me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a big thing. We had to really work through that part, because it's like, she didn't want to share and didn't want to talk about that, or whatever that was. I mean, like, we're not talking about anything serious. We're just talking about anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to, and you have to understand too, is that for so long, I didn't have to come home and talk about anything.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Talk to who?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was a single parent officially for 17 years. You know?
Don't give me my 3 years. You were not.
I'm not giving it to you. We weren't married. No, sir. It wasn't official.
All right.
So, whatever. And think about it. Yeah, think about it. Okay, 14 we met, 17 we got married. The 17th year we got married. I didn't really, I didn't think that I needed to really talk about hard things. We weren't married yet.
Well,
Some things I didn't.
The 16th year he was with me.
Yeah. But I wasn't living we weren't living under the same roof.
I know.
So
but I had your child living with me.
Yeah, that's true. But I knew you would take care of him. Right. I knew that you would take care of him.
Yeah.
But my routine.
But you wasn't still single parent at that year. I was a single parent.
You were a single parent when I met you.
Yeah, but I was still a single parent when I had both the kids at the house, and you was footloose and fancy free.
No,
out there.
I wasn't footloose, fancy free.
Footloose and fancy free.
No, sir.
That's called alliteration.
Yeah.
Footloose and fancy free. But anyway, so it's the one relationship that a lot of people don't really have these serious, not even deep conversations, just conversations about how you feel about life and how you feel about things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why is that? Why? Since I'm the talkative one and you're not.
I don't know why. I mean, and a part of it is that it's a lot of it is the way you grew up. I grew up in a house where if they spoke of, serious things, or it was behind closed doors. They didn't talk about things in front of us. I never, not maybe a few times.
So isn't
that it was wild? About us.
So isn't that wild?
It was about us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about them. They spoke about the running of the house and even their relationship away from us.
Right. So isn't that wild when you think back on it? You go, wow, I've never seen my parents have a meaningful conversation.
No.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't, as far as I can remember, no.
Right. That's wild.
No.
Now if I go back, I can remember some, but maybe it's that generation. It's that generation.
They kept things, everything was private, and they kept things away from, away from the kids.
I know, but I mean, and they kept everything.
Yeah, everything.
I can see like I can see if it was like like a serious issue with finances, or a serious issue with health, that they want to ease you into. But right. I mean, we got no conversations.
None.
No serious, no conversations about them thinking. Like I couldn't tell you. The only reason I can tell you how my daddy thinks is because I was on the road with him and listening to him talk to his friends, the people in the band.
Right.
And then whenever we talk about stuff, I could kind of see where it was, but no, didn't get that. My mom was a little more talkative, so we talked about things,
Right. My mom was too. Still is today. If it wasn't for her.
Right. We wouldn't be functioning, communicating beings. we'd be all bottled up.
Yep.
All of us. Just
Yes.
bottled up.
Yeah.
Wondering why relationships ain't working. Because you don't talk. You don't share. You got only child syndrome and you're the oldest of 4. You're the oldest of 3 and you got an only child syndrome.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to share nothing. You don't want to, it's just about
And
you.
surprisingly, they're all the same as well.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all got that thing about my business. It's like, wait a minute. What you mean your business? You know, whenever you show up with this thing that you just bought, everybody gonna see it. Yeah, but they won't see it till they see it.
That's right.
I'm like, wow.
The element of surprise.
Hey man, you know, I don't know, but but that's how y'all was raised.
Right.
That's how y'all was raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, huh?
It is funny.
It's funny. So do you remember at what point you started getting more comfortable just sharing and having meaningful conversations with me other than the bills are due and work was some bull, grade A bull, and you know, my head hurt and no, not tonight. And
the last,
because I got
probably the last 7 years, maybe 6, 7 years.
You think it's that long?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I think so.
Okay.
I think retiring did a lot for me.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say.
It made life
for 7 years.
No, but I was I was there here.
I'm like, I don't know if
I saw it every day. Every day, the closer I got to it, I was like, I just was, I was getting ready for it in my head. Oh yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I was getting ready for it at work. I could see it.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at that. But yeah, so you started making a shift when you were thinking about retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And any thoughts, if you're thinking about it now, why that would be a time when I've been trying to talk to you for 20 years?
I don't know. It's just
all of a sudden you just want to talk.
I have no idea. It wasn't a conscious thing.
I know what's
I can
really
just
wild.
recognize it. I recognize it.
I know what's really wild. Y'all look at her and y'all think I'm the one that talks all the time. Well, when this one wants to talk,
I talk.
She talks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I hear this, you know what I was thinking? I just grab my snacks, grab my water. It's been be a while.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm silent for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks to a month, I'm silent because I've gotten everything out. It's true.
I'm like, so
it's true.
We couldn't have talked about some of this 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I was processing everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a processor.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when I'm comfortable sharing, then I share.
Mm-hmm.
Because some things you have
left field.
It come out of left field for you.
I'm like, really?
And meaningful too.
Oh, deep.
Deep.
I'm like, man, we could be having these every day.
Mm-mm.
Every week.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait like every quarter to have a conversation. It's like, why are we having these quarterly conversations? It's like a business meeting, quarterly business meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been thinking for the last 3 months. Let me see. First of all, and the price of tea in China is really getting me bothered.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yeah, I love you though.
Quirky, but it's me.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's just the biggest thing. It's like, what I don't, I'm you're the one that doesn't like to talk. So that's why I'm just asking you the question so we can pick your brain.
Right.
Because,
that's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Because
if I have an answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't wait 24 hours because the thing ain't that long. The thing is not that long.
It's not.
you crying, laughing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I crack myself up sometimes.
Yeah, God, she cracked me up too. I was thinking, okay.
Or you know what?
Yep, I got my snacks. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. So, so health and stuff like that, you got to know that's important to talk about. Now, and that's probably going to be a guy thing on the health side.
Mm-hmm.
Because we hold stuff in big time.
Right.
We hold stuff in real big time. because we just try to man it out.
And I'm on you about that a lot.
You are. Well, just trying to man it out, man. I don't know what this is.
You don't have to man it out.
I don't know what this is. I mean, it ain't debilitating me, so I guess it's
you don't have to man
right.
it out. What is it with guys? I don't understand. I can understand if like you didn't have health insurance. I can understand that because there was a time that I didn't. So, you kind of push things until you can't anymore. But having, great, from what we hear, great health insurance. What people say, the people say.
Yeah.
Great health insurance. I don't understand why you would be in pain every day and not go take care of it.
Yeah, like funny story since we're talking about pain. So I was almost 400 pounds. I think I probably went over 400 pounds at some point, and I lost 100 pounds. And after I lost 100 pounds, I went. My feet, had gotten unswollen, and so I was trying shoes on. And I was in a 13, trying shoes on. And my feet had gone down, and so I tried shoes on, and they felt nice and just and secure. And so I said, okay, so I lost every weight everywhere else. So I lost weight in my feet too. So I'm back down to a 12, and so I'm wearing a 12, and then as we're going, through life, because it makes sense. You lose. They say you lose. Like when you gained weight, you went up in size. You lost weight, you went down in size.
Exactly. Right? Shoes as well.
As well. So I'm down in size and stuff like that, and so we going through, and so for long story short, I would exercise and work out or go on a long trip and have performances and have to do a lot of walking and come back and be debilitated for 2-3 weeks and then get better and then go work out and then I'm debilitated for 2-3 weeks and then get better and then go do a gig and it's a really hyper gig and I'm jumping all over the place and then I have to do a lot of walking and then I'm a lot of driving or riding and then I'm out of commission for 2-3 weeks and this goes on for about 17 years. The doctors say I have had gained heel spurs, and I did not have plantar fasciitis. And so it was like, well, what is it? Well, I guess you just got to stretch. You got a really tight Achilles. Okay, well, I got a really tight Achilles. Okay, cool. And so I lose weight again, and my feet are just really bothering me, and I go, Doc, I need to come see. Because tell that story about how I didn't go because I thought I had to get a referral. You can tell that funny story.
It was in the middle of the year, I believe, when you had the episode, and I'm like, you have been suffering. You have been going. You have been icing. You have been elevating. Your foot, you have been doing all this stuff.
Taking the
leaves and melatonin and all this stuff.
And salves.
And I say, hey, why don't you go see Dr. Hall? Shout out to Dr. Daniel Hall. We love you.
We love you, Dr. Hall.
And I just suggested that he did that because it was just too much. It's like, you cannot live that way. And so he looks at me and says, well, don't I need a referral to go see Dr. Hall? I said, you're his patient. You don't need a referral if you don't call Dr. Hall. So it's like, why would you need a referral, Sean? To go see a doctor. Who's your doctor?
You don't
need
got
a referral.
His cell phone number.
The man gave you his cell phone number. Call him.
So I call Dr. Hall and I go see him, right? Because I'm just toughing it through, man. I'm just toughing it through.
But it had me with the shakes.
Right.
And you couldn't do anything. You were so debilitated that you couldn't do anything. Like literally, you couldn't do anything. And especially when it got bad enough to where you were in bed for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it had me like, I'm like, this is enough. This is enough.
And so she's hollering at me. You got a phone number?
I did.
You don't call that man. If you don't call that man.
You don't
I
call that
swear,
man.
We got insurance. You acting like we bought. Same way I'm on her about spending. Girl, we not post. Stop acting like we post. You know.
But it hurt me to see you in that condition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I had enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she tells me to go. So I go, and we sitting there, and he's like, "Well, did you try these insoles?" Because she said, "You need to go get insoles." And I'm like, insoles don't necessarily work. You better go see the doctor. So I go and said, Doc, Vanessa said I need to go.
you threw me under the bus.
Yep, sure did. So Vanessa said I need to come and see you because I'm hurting and we need to see what's going on.
And she's sick of you. She's sick of me.
Right. So I go. We sitting in there, and he says, "Well, man, he prescribed the insoles and gave me some anti-inflammatory prescription or whatever." And so I got that, and then went back for the follow-up. And he goes, "How's that working for you?" I said, "Well, the anti-inflammatories work, Doc. They brought it down, and so the insoles, they kind of work, but they're really stiff, and they kind of end up hurting more than they help. And man, I don't know." And he says, "When's the last time you got your feet measured?" I was like, "Man, high school, Doc? I don't know. Feet measured? What you mean?" Like the little, so he called for the little thing, that you see in Foot Locker and all them other places where you put your heel in there and they drive it in there. So he did that, and he looked down and he says, 12 and a half inches and a thumb. That's a 13 all day. And I had some expertise to say, "Man, wouldn't that be effed up?" Because I was hot at that point, right? I said, "Wouldn't that be effed up if for 17 years, the source of all my pain was the wrong size shoe?" And guess what? It was. It was. I went up to 13. We went to a big award show. We went to the Grammys, all day long. And the Grammys is long things, like all day long. It's like literally, it's all week long.
14, 16 hours.
But all day long. So like I did that all week, all day thing. And in a size 13. The whole week. Came back just bouncing. Right? And
no problems at all.
Exercise. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
And since I've changed my shoe size, I have not had a day's worth of problems with my feet. So ladies and gentlemen, we started talking about conversations that you need to have. One conversation you need to have is, do I have the right size shoe? So the old school method is still ringing true. Mm-hmm. You put the shoe on, you pick your big toe up, and you put your thumb. Doesn't matter what size thumb you have, your size thumb is the size you need. You put that at the end of your toe, and if at the end of your toe is a thumb's length away from the end of your shoe, you have the right size shoe. Mm-hmm. So those heel spurs that I saw on the X-ray,
being inconsequential.
They're inconsequential, and I'm believing they're gonna dissolve because they're not being irritated every single day by these too tight shoes.
Yes.
So remember we talked about how whenever I found out that she wore glasses, she needed glasses, and she was talking about she didn't need them. So she laughed the same way at me.
I did.
That I laughed at her when I found out she needed glasses when she said she did.
It was funny. It was hilarious to me, but I was mad at the same time.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
When I tell people that I wore the wrong size shoes,
they fall out.
They fall out.
They fall out laughing.
But when I've been telling people recently, right?
Right.
What they've been doing is,
I'm probably in the wrong size.
I'm in the wrong size shoe too. That's why my feet been hurt. I was like, man, I don't know. But you should go try it. You should definitely go try it.
You've been a blessing to some people.
Because like I tell you, this podcast is indicative of how I've always lived my life. Once I know something, I want everybody to know.
He's going to scream it.
I'm going to scream it from the highest heights. This is going to help you.
Yeah.
Listen to me if you will.
Yeah.
This will help you.
Yeah.
I want to just help people. I want people to live their best lives, their blessed lives. I want people to be happy, healthy, and whole. And man, and unfortunately, we go through things for other people.
Yes.
So everything we've gone through in our marriage is going to bless you, who either are married, want to be married, were married, got divorced, and want to be married again.
Yeah, that's what we're believing.
That's what we believe in. So, y'all, and put your comments and questions in the.
Yes, if you have any questions for us or any comments.
Yeah, because as y'all probably noticed, this is episode 10. So we've been going live after we released it on early in the week. We go live later in the week
Mm-hmm.
so that we can answer some of the questions and have y'all do some stuff live too, you know? So, man, we just appreciate y'all. This was a short one because, again, just like the people who don't talk, it's really simple. Have the conversations.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, we talked about most things before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about we talked about the bedroom, we talked about the money, talked about the children,
Mm-hmm.
we talked about what we wanted and what we wanted out of life and this and
Right.
the other. But then once we got married, this one clams up.
Mm-hmm.
And now we don't want to talk about nothing.
Didn't. This one was worn out.
Baby, what you think? What you think about, about the See?
I was tired.
You see?
I was worn out.
This was
I was
the
worn
first.
out.
This is the first. We've been married 21 years, going on 22 years.
Huh?
We've been married 22 years, right?
Yes.
2001, yeah, 22 years.
22.
We've been married.
23 is around the corner.
Right, we've been married 22 years. For the first 17 years, I'm by myself. I'm Lone Rangering it. Man, people would catch it when I tell them, hey, what you think about this? Oh, we can have a conversation. Wow. When I come home and then people come to me, oh, I bet you just, it's weird living with him, huh?
No, it's the other way around.
It's like, I bet it's just lively at your house. I was like, shit, who I'm be lively with? Who I'm be lively with?
Right.
Our house is quiet most
Quiet.
days.
It is.
Most days. But that's also a testament to the fact that we are so cool and confident with each other. We're so happy and cool with each other that we can just be.
We can just be. And people feel that when they visit, when they come.
Yeah.
This house is a chilled place.
Yeah.
I think even in the foolishness, I think even with the foolishness, it really was a cool house. But then once we started to get,
because I declared, I don't have no contract experience.
And then once we started to, really get and work on things, work on ourselves.
Yeah.
Work on myself. Then it really became cool, you know, and we've learned to have fun with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We really do try to keep things light. Not try, but they just are, Yeah,
because we good.
Yeah, they are light, and we're just here chilling and just trying to.
I had something really good. I try to write it down, but this one came and I was about to say it, but then you went on. You went on.
Okay.
And no, you had a good. Whenever when you talking, I just let you talk because it's rare. It's rare. It's kind of wild that you're doing this though.
Oh, it's all God. Because
it's all God.
When you brought it up, I was like, on camera podcast. Oh no, I'm not doing that.
Write a book.
No, sir.
Told y'all the first thing is always no.
Yeah, always. Yeah, I'm working on that.
You are.
But yeah, before, no, and I even did that. I did that at work. That's where that came from. Because I didn't always say no, but the environment I worked in, you were better off saying no first, and they would clown me about that too. They would ask me, Miss A, or I was Miss J then, Miss J, Miss Jones, and before they get it out the can, it was no, and so it just became a habit.
And that's how we lived the first. Hey, baby, can we? No, no. What you talking
about? I'd say no. Wait. What's the question?
Every time, without fail. Without fail. Every single time.
Crack me up.
I'd be like, really, bro? Really? You ain't gonna just crush my dream before I even get it out? I was like, man. Yes, you gotta have these conversations. Y'all gotta have these conversations. You got to have these conversations. Just understand that the person that you're with, that you choose to be with, and you know what? Again, I guess here we are. It breaks it all the way back down to trust. All the way back down to trust. Because if you don't trust me, you don't really want to share with me.
True.
You know,
True.
you don't want to share if you don't trust me.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to talk and you're like, I don't know you like that.
True. True.
And thank y'all for staying with us and sticking with us through this podcast as we get stuff together, because I'm looking at the camera and I just noticed that we didn't put our other lights on. But hey, man, you know, it's about the information.
It is.
And the people who are getting this on the audio, they're just fine. They're like, what lights? What lights? What are you talking about? What lights? So yeah, man. So this is pretty much it. So it all boils down to having the conversations.
Yes.
The person that you're married to is supposed to be your confidant. They're supposed to be the person that you share with. They're supposed to be the person that knows you better than anybody else. And what I told Vanessa when we got married, I said, you are my source. You are my first go-to for everything. Now, I understood that was a lot of pressure on her because she's like, you a lot.
You are.
You a lot.
You are. You've been. You've been.
Okay.
You know, a lot. I didn't say you were too much. Just a lot.
Well, it's rough in this camp, y'all. It's rough in this camp. It's rough in this camp. But yeah, okay. You know, I just live to make you smile.
And I'm smiling.
That's my goal.
Okay.
So, you know, if you can, your goal should always be to outlove each other.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna say that a whole bunch of times. We were interviewed right before Mardi Gras, right before in Louisiana Mardi Gras, but right before Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. they closed right before Valentine's Day, and they were like, "Well, it's almost Valentine's Day. Y'all have anything special planned?" And I was like, "Nope."
No.
And they looked at me like, "You saying it in front of your wife?"
You saying it in front of her?
I was like, "Yeah, no, we don't." I said, because we have Valentine's Day every day.
We do.
We're trying to outlove each other every day.
It's true. And
so, you know, I'm gifting her throughout the year. So Valentine's Day is just another day.
It is.
I mean,
the point to where most times we don't do anything.
Right.
We may get you remember the time we just got like some like Hershey bars and Snickers and stuff, and we ate that. You remember that?
Yep.
And we just watched television. Yep. That was the best.
Yep.
Just simple things.
Yeah, we simple.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't necessarily. I'm not into that, like going out to dinner. This, you know, just this expense behind that. I'm like, there are so many other things.
Right? You see what it comes down to?
Yeah.
Finish that statement.
What I said, when it comes, there's so many other things, you know, that I like and I want to do, and you know, that day just it's never been important to me.
Her thing is, wait. Go eat some food? No, there's so many things I can spend that money on.
Exactly. So many things I have on my list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you just want to spend money,
right.
You know, dinner, no, no. We're sitting, you know, I love sweets. So, you know, some chocolate, a few little chocolate, you know, morsels.
And recently the dig has been, or you could cook.
Yeah.
Because you ain't done that in a while.
That's funny how that road changed. We'll tell them about that later.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So till the next time, this has been Better Marriage Daily. My name is Sean.
And I'm V.
And we just give you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other, y'all. Yeah, that's what's really going on. That's it. So until the next time, y'all put in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Baby, I'm gonna take my time. Your wish is my desire.